No match for the lobster ravioli. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 12. I suppose we continue coverage of Group C here. We're gonna watch PhoenixYo versus Descara. That's PhoenixYo, of course. Its team name is different. And if you haven't watched the last series, you should, because I'm about to spoil it, so don't be amazed. PhoenixYo did manage to get the 2-0 against Cao Schmao, and that pretty much guarantees I think he'll be in upper bracket. One would assume that Descara is going to win all of his games here in this group, so the top two players advance. That should be PhoenixYo moving up to upper bracket. Things get weird if Cao Schmao 2-0s Descara, and then, well, okay, I'm already imagining that Descara 2-0s PhoenixYo, so I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. We'll talk about that sort of stuff after the game in the sort of post-mortem here. Descara, by the way, as always, labbing his builds. He definitely knows what he's going for here. Notice he has the RU Salvager, this one here. Actually, stop in the middle of the desert? Yeah, that's not right. Okay, there we go. Move over to the second base and start LDMing. This is going to be an SC first build with the 7 Salvagers, it looks like. And he doesn't have the main base fully saturated. Everybody could do well to learn from Descara. So. A-game is giving me the lol face. Yeah. Always funny when I praise a player and then they do something like that. No, Descara, he really is, I think, the favorite for this whole tournament, just because he, you know, he's really tryharding, and I think A-game and I are just too far out of the meta to really respond. But we'll see, though. We'll see. That's the narrative I've got in my head, anyway. LEV Fab coming out for Descara. He's not going to play this too greedy. Meanwhile, for PhoenixYo, he does have LEV Fab done. He has base runner inventory. Going to be more of the same, I think, from him. And already setting down this amazingly prophylactic turret here. So that's interesting. Inventory, indeed. Oh, look, it's Descara himself. Wow. Very nice. Here comes PhoenixYo to drop a turret on this dune here. As we saw last game, I thought that this wouldn't have vision over the base, but it does actually, so. Actually, oh, okay, well it definitely doesn't here. Okay, hold up now. Come on. Oh no. He must just be in the tactical map. Alright, this is a little, this is a little goofy. Does this thing have vision? That's the question. Okay, it does have vision. Descara here gonna drop the depth packs down. Is that gonna be enough? No, it's not. So both of the salvagers go down, but he will clear out this turret. And PhoenixYo actually building a support cruiser, gonna deviate from his strategy last game. I don't know if he's tryharding and all in on his theories instantly. Yeah, well, what do you expect from me? That's what I do. Support cruiser is done, but just okay, yeah, here we go. It's gonna move over to the second base. Well, you know, for what it's worth, PhoenixYo got a little bit advantage here, right? He has managed to force Descara to build more salvagers before he can get on his base, but Descara does have the AAVs out, so. Oh, these aren't good builds. Oh, alright. Okay, never mind, forget it all. Don't watch what Descara's doing. He's a bad example. PhoenixYo, by the way, just kind of running this base runner to its death here. And this is the problem with this build that PhoenixYo does. I mean, it definitely relies on your opponent just not answering it correctly, and if he's got AVs out like this, you might just lose the base runner. That'll be the case here. I imagine Descara might just use his smoke here to buy well, no, the second AVs are weaker. Oh, he took one shot. What a pleb. Base runner gets the artifact here before it dies, so that does put that on cooldown. Honestly, not sure if that's a good idea though, because it's probably PhoenixYo who's going to be looking to extract that one. Another base runner is being built here. So he has turrets available, he can use those, and he's got some carrier power as well, but. Oh, he never dropped the turret down here. Maybe I thought this logistics module was the turret, or maybe he just moved it over there but then canceled the order. Yes, waste of money. It's true. I mean, that's the reason why you've got to be aware of, you know, the weaknesses of this like base runner inventory turret spam playstyle, right? Like, If it doesn't work, you're spending a lot of money and you're getting nothing. It's worse than you think. Descara, by the way, already teching into air here, so he's gonna go for some of those classic Descara moves, right? Go for some SC snipes, perhaps. AV here is gonna see. Okay, yeah, he's dropping a turret in my third, so I wonder if he'll do anything different with the south. Where's he sending these guys? Maybe just to like a holding place, like here. It kind of looks like he's bringing them over to that side. Turret is set in place here. I don't think Descara will be able to make this push work, but he may just be able to smoke and then, like, eat one of the salvages. It's kind of a bad smoke, I think. I don't believe he will manage to kill this turret here. Yeah, so he's gonna smoke again and back away. Descara with air? No way, yeah. This is quite a staple of Descara's Coalition gameplay, isn't it? This is some good AV aggression, but it's a better response, I guess, just by having the turret down here. This is actually kind of working for PhoenixYo. Actually, I'm going to take it back. It wasn't really very good. Because he could have used the smoke here to drop it on the turret and then kill 2 salvagers and then smoke again and back away. So that probably would have been the way to go. And PhoenixYo actually going for fighter and gunship as well. He's going to be feeling cool as a cucumber here. He does have his third base set up. Descara is not on 3, and he knows it because he's got the turret post down there. Not really sure what this base runner will do though, because, well, maybe he's just thinking he can't get out, so he might as well try and set up like a second turret. But I don't know, like, you can't really permanently have a hard point over here. It's probably best not to spend the money, just leave this guy here. Descara will clear this out eventually. That doesn't really seem like the PhoenixYo way though, so I imagine I would not be surprised if he set a turret. And for Descara, I think, honestly, he ought to just not fight this. He's got air coming soon, so... Oh, what? Oh, it's a one-way. It's like Counter-Strike all over again. One-way smokes. Clears out the turret post with the AAVs. As always. Astounding. And he's got the lead for sure in air. Oh, but he's definitely got the lead now. Is PhoenixYo gonna start building gunships blind here? And he doesn't know, but their counter is already on the field. That's not good. He does have one artifact. Hasn't teched any of the power upgrades yet, so... Yeah, I don't know, this ain't looking good. Now, to be fair, this base runner can drop down an anti-air turret post, but he doesn't want to do it here, right? He needs to get back home for that, so... And Descara, by the way, with the strike fighters in the air, he sees this, he knows what's going on. Not going to be surprised by anything just now. Looks like he's gonna kill the turret here, and that would facilitate the AAVs to come in. PhoenixYo set something down here, and see what it was, but short-lived, of course. And again, you know, if PhoenixYo had some strike fighters here, he could try and answer this, but actually he's gonna launch the gunships, which is, I don't think that's the right choice. You're obviously, you know, you're worried about getting sniped right now if that happens, so... And Descara, I think, might have seen the gunships there, but he might not have. He's building, or he's still getting railgun fab here, so I'm sure he doesn't know about them yet. Well, let's not say sure, because he might just be saying, hey, I've got the answer to this already, don't worry about it too much. Splits the salvagers pretty well here, you'd say. Even gets the heal order onto this guy. Yeah, he's not gonna die. Wow. One strike fighter here, really doing its best to try and stop the gunships from having their way with the base, but... Obviously, it can't kill them, but only one salvager goes down here to the double gunship. That's pretty surprising. Low health bars, right? But, you know, 10% health salvagers get 100% of their resources, so that's not really good enough. Main base, meanwhile, totally wiped here on this side. These AAVs just can't be stopped. I mean, there's nothing to stop them. The gunships have already been used, so... And Descara with the railgun fab. Actually, I see the point now, because the only way that PhoenixYo can get back into this game is with a carrier push, but he's got railguns already, so I feel like he's got the answer to it all. Building some support cruisers as well, that's what you want to do. And actually a strike fighter went down. I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. Wait, did it? Something looks like it. Yeah, he did lose a strike fighter there. Oh, dead packs? Did we just... I think an AAV got killed with death packs over here. That's pretty cool. PhoenixYo's trying then. He's really giving it his all here. Anti-air turret post set up in mid. That's kind of nice, I suppose. But the problem is that, like, the air is not even anymore a concern. Maybe if he can get a fight where the railguns are near this anti-air turret post, he can use the gunship on them and the strike fighters can't really respond. But I mean, that's kind of the only way you see PhoenixYo getting back into this. Descara even has power 1 and PhoenixYo doesn't, so... There's the gunship starting to slam away at the railguns here. Strike fighters are actually still hitting the carrier, so he's kind of missing the point here. I mean, he's got the answer to these gunships, but he's just sort of not using it. Kind of surprised he doesn't carrier block here as well, but it looks like maybe he just doesn't care. Carrier sniped with air and use the rails to finish off the remaining... Oh, I see. I thought you were going to say finish off the remaining units. Like, well, I mean, he'd have won the game already. That seems to be the idea, but as you can see, it doesn't really work here. He really ought to have just used the air to finish off the gunships there. But either way, like, this artifact I don't think will extract. If Descara, yeah, he's paying attention. He's gonna target the base runner with the railguns here, and his carrier can try and just block this base runner from getting in as well. Yep, so there it is. And PhoenixYo just doesn't have any units left here. Just has to watch out for the anti-air turret post. It shouldn't be an issue. And he just has the damage to win it here. And this is a case where actually having the armor powered is bad. You really want the power in the weapon instead. Because armor is just saying I'll take less damage, but I'll take longer to kill you, and actually that trade turns out to be bad. Your opponent will do more damage than you'll mitigate by having the armor. So, if the carrier is your only damage output, the priority has to be damage. Down it goes. And Descara with an interesting win. It was kind of a curious game in some ways. Yeah, look, he lost another AV down on this side. I mean, perhaps it was just the support cruiser. I don't know, but what rank is this guy? Commander. Wow, Commander Dan. Very nice. Not Lieutenant Dan. I'm disappointed. Anyway, let's move on to game 2 then. Definitely didn't go quite as I expected it would. I mean, frankly, I expected Descara would just eat him in seconds, but this game is Descara's map pick, I suppose. Is that true? What the heck? That's what the info.txt says, but no, because Descara was definitely the lower seed. I think they got it backwards, but I don't know. It's not really too impactful. Factions are going to stay the same. It's the Coalition mirror here on Firebase Krill now. A staple map of Descara's. He used to hate it because the carrier can get stuck on it, but then we realized that the carrier can get stuck anywhere. I think he's gotten better at fixing the carrier stuck spots anyway, so... not fixing them, like removing them from the game, but just learning how to deal with it in-game. Let's see what the play is. We got PhoenixYo building his 7 salves again. He might just be going for the same thing. Descara, meanwhile, it looks like this is the same as last time. So again, he's got a couple of RUs from this guy, and then he... No, this is different, right? Yeah, this is different. He's actually going for 8 salvagers, and then I think he'll probably get an SC. Base runner retires as well, but he drops the probe. Yeah, there's the SC. Okay, interesting. You can't fix the bugs, their features? Yeah, exactly. So it looks like both of them have 8 salvagers. PhoenixYo keeps the base runner, but Descara did drop a probe. PhoenixYo's timing a little bit better, worse that is, on the support cruiser. But that makes sense, because he has the base runner here. An LAV fab comes out for Descara. PhoenixYo, meanwhile, getting that support cruiser queue, then he goes for base runner inventory, so I suppose that's going to be his sort of military unit, quote-unquote. And yep, he is building one now. His probe is great, though. Gonna come and see this base runner here. He knows what's going on. Won't be surprised at it. This is an interesting idea for a turret placement. I mean, normally you would just go right here. Maybe he's trying to mind game it or something, but not exactly clear. Remember the days when I was experimenting with this like anti-air turret post in the main to deny scouting. That was a fun idea. Here comes the turret. Oh, we got a shot off. It's GG. Descara just can't win this now. A couple of LAVs are being built then. Oh, this one's actually taking some damage here. But this is really good because this probe can't just walk around anywhere that it likes to. It does have to be a little bit careful about running into LAVs there. Descara did drop one. It's a little unfortunate. But I don't believe that this turret could range the base anyway, so it's a little questionable why it's here in the first place. Descara, I think, not too worried about it. It'd be better if that turret was set here, and then you could do that same thing with having a probe around and force him off the base. And it's fighter and gunship tech for PhoenixYo. Okay, so he is mixing it up this time. Probably he needs more RUs then, like he should be building some, oh, well, first off he needs to... Yeah, I mean, again, dropping a turret here just seems like a waste of money. I don't think he can really get any value out of it here. And see, that's what you should do if your opponent is doing this kind of base runner stuff. Just build some units and go meet those base runners out in the field before they set the turret down. That's going to be good. Down goes the base runner. Skadoosh. No tech yet from Descara. He is starting to build up quite a bank here, so we'll see what he goes for. High ground turret kind of hurting this carrier a little bit. PhoenixYo really doesn't have any defense on the home front here. I mean, it'd be great if he built some LAVs, because he's gonna get attacked here, you would imagine. This backstab just seems a little bit too obvious. Probe goes down one way. Space Runner can build a new one, but he probably won't. This is interesting where these LAVs are headed, because you'd think he would actually go to the main, figuring that PhoenixYo would have his carrier here, but... Well, he'll be happy with what he sees. This is where the support cruiser is, makes it a little bit easier to push into it. And support cruiser does do some damage. It'll eventually push these LAVs off, but uh-oh, misses the depth pack as well. Actually, Descara is going to target the support cruiser with the LAVs, which you normally don't see. Generally, we think it's better to go for the salvagers, because, you know, you can do partial damage to them, but I mean, the support cruiser, you can get it low, and then it's not really worth as much if you can't finish the kill here. Another turret is getting set, so watch out for that. Oh dear, the depth packs. Uh-oh, this might be a big mistake from Descara. He does have to pull off the main. That's kind of what you expect here. He's gonna bring his carryover. Assault Cruiser Fab starting to detect now. Is he gonna get the support cruiser? Oh man. Oh, that was really close. Jeez. Okay, he does get the support cruiser. A lot of depth packs used here by PhoenixYo as well, and he's out of money, so yeah, it is kind of an issue. His depth packs are expensive. Logistics module looks like gonna get taken out by the turrets here from PhoenixYo. Descara's carrier will be coming through the turrets out now, but it is some mining time lost, so he's getting something out of it. But yeah, PhoenixYo just stubbornly refusing to build any LAVs here. He's gotta, you know, he's gotta build an LAV and deal with this, but he's not interested, it seems. And that turret really does take quite a lot of damage, as you can see, but... the carrier takes quite a lot of damage here, actually, as you can see. But it's not really a big threat. I mean, there isn't any follow-up here. You do have to watch out when you're in this position where your carrier is low like that. You have to make sure that, you know, your opponent is not going to push on you with his carrier, but it's miles away. He can see it here, so he's gonna know, okay, I don't need to worry about getting this thing repaired. Not a big deal. Not yet, anyway. Keeps this LAV alive, too, which is great. And Support Cruiser Anti-Air coming out for PhoenixYo here, which is a little bit silly, because he knows there's no air. I mean, again, you can check the carrier, so... Yeah, who would die to turrets? I mean, just imagine that. Be ridiculous. Probe here is just gonna check the tech here for PhoenixYo, and he will see this error which has been made. So I'd be amazed if Descara does not come up with an answer to it here. No fighter and gunship this time, so that can't be his answer. Oh, this turret actually has vision. Interesting. Sometimes the details of this hill can be a little bit questionable. Yeah, what's gonna be Descara's answer here? He hasn't actually locked anything in yet. Well, but he has the base runner. No inventory though, so. Here comes the assault cruiser. That will clear out this turret. Fine. Turret's not really great at fighting assault cruisers, of course. Well, just as they aren't great at fighting carriers, they can kill them. It's just not very common. I mean, no, that's ridiculous. You can't kill carriers with turrets, can you? Assault cruiser anti-air is on the way, so that's gonna be Descara's answer here. And triple base runner too. I mean, he looks like he's eyeing up the extracts the way these things are moving out. So PhoenixYo getting railgun tech, he knows he needs something to deal with these ACs. Not going to be good enough to have the gunships, of course, because, you know, you can get anti-air on them, and gunships don't really do much damage to cruisers anyway. Could use the heal ability here, but I think he's valuing the tempo over the health of this AC. Which is fine, you just have to make sure you're being careful and you don't lose it. And yeah, he is picking up the artifacts here, taking them out to the extraction zone. Here come the gunships. Attempting to extract an artifact, or are they just extracting it? That's what it looks like to me. AC anti-air is done, so that is a real threat already. Just gonna try and get as much damage on them as he can with this AC. Do you hear a turret just then? Anyway, let's watch the base and see what's happening. An AC pops on this side, see that's really nice. Wants to keep this guy here though, yeah, he's gonna go back. Here goes an extraction for Descara, who seems to be mobilizing his carrier here as well, by the way. But yeah, these gunships, they do have to make themselves a little bit scarce. If he's not careful, he might even lose one on return here. Just gotta watch out. Uh-oh. Oh, it targeted this one for some reason. Oh! No way. God hates weebs mode. Here come the strike fighters now. But 3 base runners and an AC, that's actually quite a bit of anti-air. Not to mention he could drop down a turret if he feels like he needs one. Looks like he will. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the gunship. Yeah, it's gonna go down too, so he loses a gunship and 3 strike fighters there. Not really for any return at all. I mean, he got 1 salvager, I think, on the main. That's it. Carrier is damaged, of course, but Descara will probably be building support cruisers and use that to heal it up. So, don't think he's really too concerned about it. This AC here will probably get hunted out, though. So the railguns are a good answer. Of course, the problem anytime you're using railguns to answer something is that you could lose them if you don't position right. And that's really what DOK is about, I think. It's about positioning. So, not out of the woods yet. But that definitely is nice. Gets the kill on the AC. Good, good. Am I rooting for PhoenixYo? Can you believe that? Terrible. And Descara here with quite a bit of power afforded to him by the artifacts, and he's got power 2 on the way. Hasn't gotten the mobility upgrade yet, but you imagine he'll get that before he gets power 3. It's really, really nice to have that carrier a little bit faster and be able to dodge away from threats such as these railguns, positioning better and all those sorts of things. In fact, he's just kind of moving in haphazardly here. I think he should really back away. Yeah, looks like he's going to agree. There goes the gunship, which has gotten killed. And that's quite a lot of railguns by PhoenixYo. Does he have mag excel? He's getting it. Wow, that is a lot of railguns, actually. So like I said, ACs can fight railguns. It's just, it all comes down to positioning here. But, that's a lot of railguns. So, if you make mistakes as the assault cruisers here, you'll die really, really quickly. And Descara building railguns here, he doesn't have the numbers yet, he doesn't have Mag Excel, so he wants to take this fight later. If he can avoid this right now, that's definitely what he wants to do. He's actually going to go in here, though. I'm not so sure about this. Seems kind of risky. Well, he seems to be doing pretty well, actually. Takes out quite a few of those railguns from PhoenixYo, and I don't think he lost more than one himself. Did he even lose one? He might not have. Jeez. Well, that's interesting. Starting to detect the armor as well, but PhoenixYo is going for bombers here. And that can be good, right? I mean, obviously, there is anti-air on the field here, but bombers can ignore some anti-air, get the damage on those anti-air assets, and, you know, punch through that. The problem is, he doesn't have any strike fighters or gunships left, and something I really like to see players doing is just holding those air units when you know that they can't engage somewhere. You know, don't try it. Just leave them in the carrier and wait for the bombers to clear the way. These rails have high ground, by the way, so PhoenixYo really does not want to be fighting this. Well, the problem is he kind of has to, doesn't he? If he could grab this artifact, that'd be kind of big here. But oh, Descara is doing it to him. Ouch, tasted your own medicine style. I mean, this is game, actually. So, you know, PhoenixYo does not have time to work with here. He's got to go in. LAV tech switch is good. I like the idea, but there is still an assault cruiser here, so it's not clear that this is going to be enough. Losing that third base, that's pretty rough, too. He's just got to get himself off the clock if he can take out one of these base runners, but he's dropping a turret down. Oh, evil. Yeah, bomber tech is done, but PhoenixYo knows there's no time to get the bombers out, so he's got to go in now. This carrier's really powered up, though. Would love to even see him put some power in the weapons, but with two turrets down here, he can't get in with the LAVs, but what else can he do? Uh-oh. I've seen this before. There's number 4, and here comes number 5, just nothing that PhoenixYo can do about it. Delicious. Yummy, yummy artifacts. And that's gonna be the game. Yeah, this time Descara just doesn't even seem like he's ever on the back foot, really. Yeah, you know, PhoenixYo managed to get, like, some value with the second turret that he placed here, but he's gonna build LAVs. I mean, look, he's got them now, but it's too late. I don't know. This definitely could have been played better. Anyway, it is sort of the expected result, though. Descara getting the 2-0. And, hopefully next time we cast, we'll be able to see the resolution of Group C as he plays his games against Kawashmao. But yeah, we can do our post-mortem now, can't we? So, Group C is PhoenixYo, Kawashmao, and Descara. Oh, he's on the bottom. And PhoenixYo 2-0'd him, Descara 2-0'd him. If he can 2-0 Kawashmao, then that's our group, right? As PhoenixYo and Descara advance. So, I think that's probably what we're looking towards. Doesn't seem like any upsets will happen down here, but we'll keep our eyes on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.